Hey Floss Tube, I'm Michelle from Michelle's Romantic Tangle, and as I am going through my stash and figuring out ways to fill my time at home, I decided I'm going to do an unboxing of one of these vintage Jiffy Stitchery kits that I collect. This one is Spring Barn, and I found it a couple of years ago at the local Goodwill. It is one of my favorites of what I found. This is totally right up my alley. Now, this one is still entirely in its original packaging. Nobody has been into it. I will caution you, if you're buying these at the thrift store, get the best possible look you can at the contents, because I cannot tell you how many times I have picked one up and looked at it and realized that all that is inside are the instructions and the leftover thread. The printed fabric is gone. And with the printed fabric gone, it's maybe not entirely worthless if you've watched my unboxing the mystery bag from the estate sale video I did a few weeks ago, but it's probably lost most of its value by that time. And the ones that don't have the contents, in my experience, have been the ones that are higher priced. So look at what you're buying. Just because it is in the thrift store and they're selling it doesn't mean it is like new. You have to watch out for yourself. The other thing I watch out for when they're still in the package is usually you can see the needle through the fabric. This one looks in great shape. Quite a few times I have found them rusted into the fabric. This is from 1977 is the date on this kit, so they do rust over the years, and I've had one that, I can't remember which project it was, but I actually had to pull it out of the fabric with pliers. It was rusted in so hard. Now this one, I love the image, and the needle is in a spot that would be covered by stitching, so if it had been rusty, I would have bought it anyway. But I do look twice before I buy. So I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down while I cut the plastic open, and we'll take a look at what's in here. This one, actually, they have got the wool thread tied around here with a twist tie. I don't think I've seen it like this before. Although, to be fair, I've only opened up 3 or 4 of these. I collect them much faster than I actually stitch them. So here is our printed fabric. I don't know what you would call this, if it's a linen or what. And it is taped, glued around a piece of cardboard, so I'll get rid of the cardboard and stretch these onto my Q-snaps. I have stitched one of these in hand before, and that was a bad idea. I don't recommend it. I've also got a standard set of instructions that tell how to do the satin stitch and stem stitch and French knot and all the other specialty stitches. The blended stitch is making me nervous, and when I look at the illustration on the front, look at the barn boards and the doors and the shingles, I think this one is going to be hard. But I picked it for this video because I also think it's one of the prettiest ones I found. I may or may not start this immediately. So today we're using it as an example of what you can expect in one of these kits and what to look for when you buy one of these kits. There's also the instructions. This one is more complicated than the last one I did. The top section shows what colors you're stitching the barn, and then the bottom shows the back stitching, or whatever we would call it in the world of vintage Crewel. I also have my bundle of wool threads. There aren't a lot of colors in these, so it is fairly easy to figure out how to separate them. And there is a color guide that does not tell me on this one how many strands of each to expect. I've done this before. So it's a 3-ply, and you're going to separate it to single plies. And that is what I have ahead of me. These don't come, like I said, these don't come with a whole lot of colors. They are fairly easy to jump into. They are very common in the thrift stores, and there are tons and tons of them available online. I'm on enough of a budget and lucky to find them frequently enough that I will wait until I can find them in the thrift stores. That may mean that I never get to stitch every kit I've seen online and fallen in love with, but I'm okay with that. And the other thing I forgot to tell you, they have an offer that you can send away and buy their 5x7 Jiffy frames. I found a whole stack of new in packaging plastic Jiffy frames at an estate sale last summer. So those are out there too if you want to find one. Thanks for watching. I'm Michelle with Michelle's Romantic Tangle. Let me know, have you tried one of these kits? Were you satisfied with the results? Did the materials hold up over almost 50 years for some of these? I haven't had any trouble yet, assuming that the kits have been stored properly, and I think I can guess from the packaging whether they have or haven't. I'm going to decide if I want to start stitching on this or jump to something easier, because the barn boards look hard and so do the flowers on that tree. But I've got a lot of time to fill in the upcoming weeks, so we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with you again soon.